Scrawlrbox. Hello everyone, welcome to another Scrawlrbox unboxing. This is the September Scrawlrbox. I'm really hoping there's some stuff in here for Inktober, because I would like to have either my first Inktober or pretty close to that be using the stuff in this box. I'm hoping that because it's September, they put stuff for preparations for Inktober in the September box, as opposed to putting it in the October box, which will get here later in the month, like a lot later, possibly even the next month, because I'm in the US and it always takes longer because this is a UK box. So let's see what's inside. Oh, I broke the box again. Dang it. Now, after that struggle, let's open the box. Oh my goodness. This artwork looks adorable. Look at the cute little... They look like little ants and they got little butts. Big bulbous butts. Look at the back. And there's a little bee, so these are definitely ants because there's a little bee right there. They're so cute. He's sticking his tongue out at you guys. And this one's holding the brush with its claws. They're not claws. Mandibles. So cute. Let's see who this by. Casey Golden. I know this girl. She's a YouTuber. I've actually seen some of her videos. I'm not that knowledgeable about YouTube artists, but I know her. Didn't she do the tiny challenge? So yeah, that's just adorable. Oh, if you guys don't know who she is, here's her information. She does a lot of really cute videos. I totally recommend checking her out. And I'm sure that she'll have some great Inktober videos. So this month we have 2 sheets of paper. They're very thick and they have very prominent texture to them. Feels very much like watercolor paper. So let's see what's inside the little baggie. I'll try not to look too much. So we have the sticker for this month, which looks like sort of a watercolor ink splotch. That's very promising for me. Maybe I can use this stuff. Alright, we got a pen. That's good. Good news. So we have a Winsor Newton 0.8. It's got 0.8 on the end right here as well. 0.8. Ooh, I was not expecting the tip to look like that. It's very long and pointed. This looks really impressive. It looks like it will write so smooth. I'm very interested in this. A brush. That'll be a brush for ink. So we have a little detail brush. It is a Milan or Milan, whatever you want to call it. Number 4611. I don't know if this is the number of the brush or that's the number of the brush. Maybe this is the model and that's the size. I don't know. I don't know brushes. Let's get that back in there. Keep it safe. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Okay, next one is pencil, I think. It looks like we have a mechanical pencil. It is Pentel and called Orenz, and it's at 0.5. Looks really interesting. It kind of looks like those little pointers that you use for presentations that you can just like open up. Like it should get longer or something. It looks like it should be metal, but it feels like plastic. It feels cheaper than it looks, in my opinion. Oh, little eraser at the end. So just pretty much a regular sketch pencil. Oh, we got another little... It's a postcard. Wait, is there 2? There are 2 postcards. Oh my goodness. So both of them are just the line art for the featured artist artwork. And I guess you can do your own colors if you want, and you can do it multiple ways because you have 2 of them. I don't have anyone to send these to, but that's okay, I guess. I mean, who mails things now? But I'll definitely try coloring these and I'll put them up on the wall or something. I don't know. No. So next up we have the Viviva color sheets. Super vivid, transparent watercolors. 16 colors. I've heard of these type of things where they put like the pigment on a piece of paper and then you just add water and it works like those little bricks of watercolor that you get. Oh, interesting. I've never thought I'd get one of these. It has a little made with love on it. Well, that's interesting. These browns kind of look like wood because you can see the strokes. So it has these little cards attached to each page, or at least maybe it's not a card that's attached to it. That could be just the thickness of the pigment that's on the page. Interesting. It has little spots where you can make the swatch. It says make swatch here. So this is supposed to be crimson. That is supposed to be a red. It looks so brown. So I think you really do need to make swatches for these, or else you have no idea what color you're gonna get. Deep pink, that is brown. So these are really vivid colors. Look at this. This is so interesting. I know that I've seen these from a YouTube video before. I don't know if it was this exact brand, but this type of thing, and I was not expecting it to feel like this. It's so interesting seeing it in person. So it looks like each spread is shown at the bottom here. So you can open up to the page right away for what colors you want. And you get some greens and blues, purples, and the slate black. Wow, that magenta is green. Why is it green? That violet looks gold. What? These look shiny. Are these supposed to be shiny? Like, they look kind of metallic. This is fascinating. What is this thing? Stick this to main booklet. Peel off adhesive, tape behind. But why? Stick mixing panel here. Okay, so it's for mixing? Just like stick it here. I guess this has kind of got like a rubber finish so that water won't seep into it. I don't know. There's a piece of string in here for some reason. I don't understand these things. But I'm assuming you stick this to this little rectangle right here, and then whenever you're doing stuff, it'll like be right there for you to mix colors on. So we have that, and then last thing is a Jolly Rancher. This is not unique to the UK. My favorite mixed drink tastes just like a green Jolly Rancher, so that's what it reminds me of. But this one is cherry. Yep, that is it. So we did get something for Inktober, and I'm very intrigued by it. And yeah, I mean, I guess, no, watercolors aren't ink. I can't really get around that. But I can make an Inktober drawing with this, you know, take a picture of it, scan it and whatnot, and then try and color it in with these guys. I'm not really sure if I want to use these for my first Inktober, just because I already have made a sketch for it, and I don't know if I want to color it. I'll see what other ideas I've had, and maybe one of them will be more appealing to me to use these on. Or I'll use them on the first one, who knows? It's an experiment. You know, if I mess up, that's okay. I'm gonna scan everything, it'll be all good. It'll be all good. Just out of curiosity, let's see what the prompt is for the Scrawlrbox. Feeling buggy. Huh, yeah, I can't spin that. For the Inktober ones, I don't think. So I'm going to test these guys out and then make up a sketch and everything. Alright, let's get this done. So I'm going to test these out. I've got a little cup of water. I think that I'm going to test them just by doing the swatches, and then I'll save these pieces of paper just because they're really nice pieces of paper. I don't really want to use one just to do the tests. Let's test these out. Oh, wow, that's like a blood red. Okay, so we have the crimson and the deep pink. They're both pretty deep colors. They're very saturated. It's nice. So I think I'm just gonna do these real quick and then I'll show you guys afterwards. What? What? That is not the same color. Why is it red if it comes out blue? Right. This is magic. This is witchcraft. What the heck? This is a gorgeous color, that's what it is. This one is also going to be a shocking color, I can tell. What? What? That is not a blue pigment. There. That is red. That is purple. Ah, so misleading. But dang it, those pretty colors. This says violet. Violet. What? This Persian blue is gorgeous. Alright, so I've finished all the swatches and I'll give you guys a look. So we have crimson and deep pink, then vermilion and dusk orange, chrome yellow and gold ochre, burnt umber and burnt sienna, light green and sap green. Now we get into the misleading ones. These look purple or red, but this one is a teal color called Viridian, and a peacock blue. Then we have Persian blue and violet, which is gold. And then we have magenta and slate black. So yes, these colors are really saturated. It got me really kind of excited to paint with them whenever I was doing them, especially the color choices. These blues are gorgeous. They're gorgeous. I'm a big fan of blues. I'm kind of excited to use these. And how am I gonna test out this stuff? I guess I could put who this belongs to. That's how I'll test out this. These colors belong to Nushi Creates. Yeah, that's a nice pen right there. It's on the thicker side, but it is such a nice tip. A lot of times with some microns of this size, of the smaller size, you can bend the tip, which is so annoying, but this one looks super solid. I mean, I am impressed. I would be curious to see if they have some other sizes. I might look into them for my Inktober stuff, though I do plan to use my dip pens for a bit of it if I have time. On days I have time, I can use my dip pens. So we've tested out the stuff. We're gonna get to doing a line art, and I'll scan that up and then we'll color them. Now I've got my light box set up. This is a new light box that I just got. So this will actually be the first time I'm using it, and it is really nice. So it's really thin and it does feel a little cheap, like bendy if you're not careful. Just if you are careful with how you deal with it, it will be fine. You should probably be careful anytime you're taking out the cord too, because it's a little cheaper around there. Some people have reviewed that it has pulled out that plug when you try to pull out the cord, so just be careful with it and it should work fine. This is way cheaper than my old one that I was using, which was huge and clunky and about 10 years old, and it is still worth $50 if you bought it new today. What? This one is worth $15. $15, you get free shipping from Amazon. And it has an adjustable light, unlike my other one, which was just one setting. So you just touch this button right here, and there it goes. And it is really bright. It is, I believe, brighter than my other one, and it has like a more uniform brightness because the other one had like strips of light in it, whereas this one, it seems, has light coming from the edges and it goes into a panel that just disperses the light a lot better. So don't mind little Toothless there. He's just there because my camera will not focus on this if there's nothing on the light box, and I didn't want to put my sketch out right away. So to turn it off, you just tap it and it slowly fades back out. So I did my sketch in Procreate and I printed it out. This sketch is for the first day of Inktober, which the prompt word is ring, and I'm going to be using the official prompt list for this year. I'm not going to have a whole theme like last year where I only did characters from My Hero Academia. This time they're all going to be fandom characters, but it's gonna be from any fandom that I have, as opposed to just one. Anyway, for the prompt word ring, I immediately thought of Lord of the Rings, and I couldn't even think of anything else because I usually make a list and put a bunch of characters or ideas next to the prompt that I can choose from, and this one was just the one, Lord of the Rings. That's all I got. So I did a drawing of Sam and Frodo. So in this sketch you have Frodo, who's holding the ring, and then Sam, who's holding onto Frodo's arm, and he's kneeling and just defeated. The scene that I thought of whenever I was making this was the one where Sam asked to help carry the load, and of course Frodo was immediately against that. So you have him having a more stern expression, and I feel like he's kind of determined the way he's looking out, like it's his responsibility. He has to see this to the end, and you have Sam just defeated because all he wants to do is help, but he can't. And this just seems to be so hard for him. So I was worried about doing this because these characters are live action characters, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Hopefully I'm able to get all these little details with the pen that was included in the box. Instead of using the light box to sketch this out with a pencil and then ink it, I'm going to just directly ink it onto the final paper using the light box. Alright, now that I have it all taped off, I'm going to turn off the light some so I can see these small details better. And while I'm inking this, I'm going to be watching Lord of the Rings. But you guys will not hear that because that is copyrighted. I just finished the line art. I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I just have a couple splotches where my hand went over the ink and smeared it a bit. There's some on Sam's arm and Frodo's neck. Hopefully whenever I color it, it will make them less noticeable. This pen did a pretty good job. Even though this pen is a larger size, it did a pretty good job with the details. I just went over a second time to make some thicker lines in some places. Now I'm going to take this off the light box and start coloring it. So for my setup, I have an Avengers cup to clean my brushes in. I have another cup for some clean water. Then I have 2 palettes from my Winsor Newton travel watercolor set. And now I'm ready to paint. Cue the epic music. I'm done! Here's the final product. The tape came off pretty nicely, so I have a nice clean border. And because of the small brush that they gave us, it was hard to get the large areas to be smooth, so it's kind of splotchy because one part would be drying as I was trying to get to it. I'm not super versed in, let's just go with, I don't know paint period, any type whatsoever, and they keep giving me paint ones. But of all the paints, watercolor and maybe acrylic paint is the ones that I feel a little bit more comfortable with. I've probably done more acrylic paintings for school purposes I never really did any type of paintings for personal artwork. I did one time do a coffee painting of Key from Shiny. I'm pretty sure it was him, but that was just one tone, so I didn't really have to worry about mixing anything. It was all just value. I really liked how his hair came out. As usual, like the process of doing it, I think that I'm messing it up, and then it turns out okay. Or better than I was expecting, so I like it. When I started doing it, I was like, I am messing this up. And now it's fine. I tried to keep it darker on Sam's character because he's feeling darker in this situation. There's almost like an aura coming around him of darkness. I really liked how this piece came out. It definitely looks better colored in my opinion. So if you thought that I did well and liked this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like it, you can consider subscribing to my channel because that'd be awesome. Thanks for watching. See you again next time.